where to come. I mean, it's crazy. I mean.
All right, hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be a real quick video. I just wanted to go over this real quick because me and my friend here are both very excited. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, I don't really need an introduction. Most people already know me.
That's true. Most people know you more than me.
If you see my icon, you know who I am. So.
Yeah. I'll put your little icon up on the screen. Everybody.
It still doesn't feel real. Like it's been like less than 1 day.
I know it's been.
I feel like I'm still dreaming.
I was at the Game Awards. I was watching it last night on. I was watching Ratatosker's stream, and I was like, "Oh, we're not getting anything." I was about to start crying because I was like, "I wasted 4 hours just watching this trash announcement," and then, bam! Smacked me right in the face. I was so hype. Oh my god.
At 5 in the morning, the scream I screamed so high.
Yeah, I was literally screaming. I was lucky because the other people on my dorm floor were actually having a party next door, so I didn't get yelled at for screaming because they were also screaming. But so I got to scream without discrepancy or without scrutiny, which was great. But yeah, we just wanted to go through this trailer and point out stuff that we thought was interesting. So I'm gonna full screen it. All right. So this first shot, we see a lot of interesting stuff. A lot of the stuff makes reappearance later. I don't know if you have anything to start off with, Duppy, but you can go ahead and give it a little.
I mean, I do like. I mean, as we've talked like before recording, the new like herbivores kind of have like the same thing that Kestodons do, where like the females look to be like the ones without the spikes, and the males, I assume, are the ones with like the rock formations or whatever it is in the back. It's also nice how like they have little birds. Or like it just makes the scenery that feel a little bit more alive with like the little birds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed that too. I really like that they're on them because they had that in World, but they were really rare. Like the downy crakes on the backs of the shells of the monsters in World, they were super rare. Like you wouldn't find them often.
There's also that one of the pillars of the strange like pointy pillars in the background.
Yeah, these look man-made. These don't look like naturally occurring things because these are everywhere.
Like we are not gonna know what they are like
No.
until the game releases.
And I think you're right.
They feel like too important.
I don't know if you can see over here in the back right. I don't know if it's moving or not, but it just looks like a little bit of a rock formation. It kind of looks like you can go behind there though. Like I'm thinking you might be able to get to like the top of all these lands.
Like right to the left of the like skinny pointy pillar, there seems to be like a passageway that goes further into the back. Like that place there looks like there's a passage, so like a tunnel to go. I wonder if there's gonna be like climbing, like in Rise or something.
I think that there might be. Like there's probably gonna be traditional climbing like on vines and like the older titles like in World and For You and so on and so forth.
There's gonna be like big ledges and stuff.
Absolutely, but there's also like the parkour that your little mount can do, which we'll see in a minute. In this opening shot, we also see a brief shot of these small monsters over here. These kind of look like Kestodon, but they look a little more.
Very hard to tell.
It's very hard. You can't really see them here.
Later they appear better.
Yeah, you get a better shot, like more up close shot. This is a really good up close shot of these guys.
Yeah, them going on the river. There's many of them. Like, we see it later much more, but the concentration of small monsters is like very weird.
It's insane. It's a lot, and I love it.
I don't know if now that I look at them, I don't think there's like it's like rocky formations. It's like there are weird spikes that seem to be like coming from the body. Like
yeah, they're really interesting. Someone on Twitter said that they I noticed someone suggested they might have this so that they can like absorb the lightning strikes, and protect the rest of the herd.
We'll see it later because they actually do absorb them. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I also saw someone mention multiple times that there's a lot of parts on the trailer where there's like small black dots, like just flying around the screen all the time.
Like this one right here.
Like there's a lot of black particles floating around. I don't really think it means like nothing. I think it's just like part of the biome.
Yeah, I think that's just like sand.
I saw someone pointed out because there's also like Rathalos, when Rathalos comes through a trailer, at the end there's also a trail of them behind him. I think someone mentioned.
Oh, I didn't. I'll have to. Well, I guess we'll see that in a minute. But I did not notice that. So yeah, this entire. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There seems to be the river seems to be like quite long because it goes all the way through the back.
Yeah, it also seems very shallow. I mean, you can see this dude's walking like right there.
The walk.
Yeah.
I don't. It's very hard to tell what kind of head structure those
You
herbivores.
you can really see. Yeah, these guys are really cool. They look more like antler horns almost. They're more keratinous than like a traditional like Kestodon like hard shell.
Looks like the typical how Triceratops have like this like not the horns but like this crest on front of their head.
But they also have like goat horns. See?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It's really cool.
Also the small tiny ones
Yeah, there's little guys right back here.
and one flying in the background like one flying wyvern or like one whatever that is.
I also
Like some big Raffinos type monster.
yeah, I think yeah, I think that's exactly what that is. I think it's gonna be sort of like
Anoyo or something.
it could be like a Marinos, yeah. This structure here, this one that was in the opening shot, I don't know if it's the same one, but it's a similar one.
I don't think it's the same one.
It's not. I don't think so. But you can see it's almost like.
Another one there's another one behind it.
Oh, you're right.
Pointing.
You're more observant than I am.
And when you get all the shot, the big shot, you see like 20 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot in the end. But this looks like a lot more man-made here, especially. Like you can see how it almost looks like squarish, like cuboidal.
It kind of makes me feel with how many of them there are that the lightning thing actually plays a bigger role than just being weather.
I think you might be right. I think you might be absolutely right. These guys are really small. Makes me think they're endemic life. These guys are really small.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be like if they're like a normal like small monster, it feels like it's gonna be us to like hit them.
Yeah, like if they're endemic life, they might still interact with us. They might still like nip at us and stuff, but I doubt that they're gonna be as impactful as even a small monster.
There's been very few cases where there's like small monsters in maps that you cannot interact with, like
Yeah.
that are just there. But yeah, they're looking.
And then this shot's really nothing. You just get more of these spires. You have another one of this.
Another thing there, and this is where it gets cool because it starts. I think the guy starts running. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever this is.
Yeah, we don't know the name of this yet, but this is your new companion, your little bird friend here. You ride on him very similarly to the way that you ride on Palamutes and Rise.
It's a Palamute basically.
It's
Palamute mount type thing.
It is basically, yeah, you're right. It's almost identical to a Palamute. It has like what, 2 extra functions, if that.
Oh yeah, it we see it later, but
And so
the things that are like coming over the dunes, they look weird because they have the exact same like body structure as Ghost Harak.
yeah, they look very similar.
The face, it almost looks like a kind of big rat or something because they have like long tails also. I think we can.
They're very ratty.
It shows a little bit more of. Yeah, they have like a big ears also. It's like it's weird.
I really like the way that their faces look. I think that it's honestly it's scary looking. I love them.
It kind of it looks like a very like aggressive type dog type face.
Yeah, I love it. It's like a pit bull running after you. It's very cool.
I mean, there's 6 of them running to the hunter, I think.
Yes, it's getting chased. And we also see in this shot, you have a little carry satchel over here. You can carry stuff with you. Looks like a pair of socks are hanging out.
There's better shots later where you can see the things behind.
That's true. And then I heard people talking about the weapon on the back. I think it's a great sword, but someone thought it was a long sword.
It's super small. I don't even know what it can be.
Is it? I don't think it's that small.
There's very small grain sword. I mean, long sword, great swords tend to be bigger, I think.
It might just be like a different weapon size or something for this title.
Like 6 of the big monster, and they have like tails.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this might be like a herd of rats, like monsters.
I saw someone mention that I can't really see it very well, but in another point of the trailer where you see a bunch of them fighting under the lightning, that there seems to be like they seem to have like different, like some of them have like stabby claws like stabby hands, or others have like longer claws.
I couldn't notice that. I saw that too, but I tried to go through myself and find it, and I couldn't see it.
But yeah, it's wild. Like I wonder how it's gonna like hunting's gonna work if 6 monsters are running towards you.
This is a really sick shot of the great sword.
It kind of it's weird. I don't know if it's a great sword or a long sword, but it's curved. It looks like a long sword. I don't know.
Well, because we've had curved greatswords too. It really could be either. I'm on Team Greatsword for this one. I definitely think it is one.
I want some more pangolins. There's like 4 pillars, like 4 spiky pillars in the background.
There's like 5 here, isn't there? Like this one's broken. That one, that one, that one, that one.
3, 4, but yeah.
And then you also see the hunter's knife or the carving knife on the back. It's made out of bone this time, it looks like, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not much else here. To get some more endemic life birds just flying around.
There's the little, like, it seems that you have like a little sack where go back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I saw some people mention that the little green roll that you have behind might be like a tent. Like you can put a tent in the middle of the map to like rest and stuff, and that's how you restock. Which, if restocking comes back or not, who knows? It's probably going to come back.
Yeah.
Once you enter the tent, you just have everything there.
I have a feeling that that's not actually how it's going to be. I personally think the way they're going to do it is you're going to have a set amount of things you can bring with you in that little travel satchel on the side, and then you can access that, and that's it. I think that's how they're going to do it. But I might be wrong. We don't know anything yet.
If the game ends up being open world, which is like it seems to be, there's not really going to be like a starting camp really.
No, I think you're right.
There's not gonna be a supply box, or I mean, maybe there's like one central camp in like each biome.
That could work. That actually I'd be very fine with. And then if you set up your own like little like area with the tent, like a travel tent or something, and that could be like a temporary respawn location, that would actually be really cool.
Yeah, because if there's no supply box really, there you don't get like the typical first aid meds and like the rations.
That's true. Yeah, this could just be gone.
Right. They could probably do something like you have with like the item supplies that drop from the sky at like 20 minutes when they had started on whatever it was. I don't remember.
That'd be really cool. I never used that function in GU personally, but I always thought that was a really cool idea. And in Altalca, they did that automatically for you. And I really liked that.
I had it set. I set it at one point, and it just, if it happens, it happens. Hunts usually don't last long enough for it. But
Okay. Well, yeah, they very well could do that. We see more interesting like, structures over here. These rocky structures seem to be a lot thinner and worn, which is cool.
this is what I said before. There's an enormous amount of concentration of like armadillo small monsters.
Yeah, we could probably see it better like here. Look at this herd.
Kind of makes sense because you can see that everyone's like running from like a dust storm or whatever is happening.
Do you think maybe the hunter's not getting chased here, and that these guys are also just fleeing from the dust storm?
I think those guys, those monsters seem to be fleeing, but they also seem to be like, because you can see one of them like launching or like one of the small monsters.
He picks up one with his mouth and he throws it. So I think that they might just be aggressive.
Trying to run away while also trying to hit you.
Yes.
I don't know, whatever the storm or the sand avalanche is, it seems to like, it ends up covering the whole screen, which is like,
it's really cool. Here, we can see him throw him right there.
like I didn't notice, but the little herbivores, or I assume they're herbivores, with the ones with the spikes seem to be like different color to the ones without.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
They're like a really
bit more.
Like they're like a gray color. Yeah, like a grayish.
They're like gray, and the other ones are like golden yellow type of. I mean, even the small ones have like different colors, but that's yeah.
It's really cool. I love the way that the entire place just like transforms.
Yeah, and the way everything's like covered in dust or like sand, it's like it gives it a weird vibe. But like, yeah, there's those. I assume those are the same monsters fighting as before. They
look the same, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said before. Like the little herbivore gets like supercharged with electricity or something.
I see that now. I didn't notice that before. That's really cool.
We don't know what function. When obviously we don't know what function it serves at.
Those lightning strikes look dangerous, man. Look at those. Like, those are getting close.
The lightning strikes go beyond like weather. They have to be like related to like the story or something.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely 100% right.
They seem too important that they're like heavily focused on.
Yeah, they're very emphasized. They're like throughout the entire thing. They're just.
Yeah.
Oh, and here we have this really cool shot here where we see our new bird friend jumping from spot to spot. This looks like a.
I saw someone mention that it seems to be predetermined spots.
Yes.
They have like a bunch of crystals, which if it was like I kind of guess it's like very hard to do like freeform jumping.
Yeah, it would be difficult.
I don't really mind it being like, oh, from here to here to there to there.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all.
It's like palamutes by the look, but they're like even more athletic and faster.
Yeah, I think that there's the only thing that.
For
Sorry, go ahead.
for an open world game, it makes sense because the maps are not really limited by anything. Which is, I know people wanted palamutes to be slower, but that's because the maps we have till now are like small, closed ones. If we have a really, really, really big one, if it's open world, I kind of see why it's like this.
Here's the thing for me. I really like this. It's almost mandatory for like an open world setting, but I probably won't even use them that much for traversal. I'll end up using just my legs, and walking around slowly because it's just how I prefer to play these games. I like to really take my time and absorb all the little minute details.
How I'll play, because if the map is too big, I feel like I'll just eventually get tired.
Oh, eventually, yeah. But for like the first time when I'm exploring a place, yeah, I'm probably just gonna walk around. But eventually, I will end up just using these guys for sure. I agree. I did that in Rise too, where I just explored everything first, and then eventually I just started using Palamute. But we also see these guys have an extra function right here.
Yeah, even just pause when the lightning hits the pillar.
I did not focus on that here. Yeah, you can see.
It has like rune markings or something.
You can really see it there. Yeah, kind of gets covered up.
It's obviously made by someone or something.
Yeah, it's definitely artificial. I refuse to believe that's naturally occurring. You can see there's like a circular sort of pattern like right here.
Like powerful, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like ancient civilization.
It's weird. That's why there's a focus on lightning so much, because they feel like lightning rods that attract the lightning all the time.
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
It's in a matter of time that, like, it's weird because it seems like such a basic thing to like have rods to like attract lightning, so that things don't get hurt. But like they are so focused on, and you have like they are decorated with like carvings and such. Like I wonder what other implications they have.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what kind of things they're gonna add. Maybe there'll be like a point you can visit or something, or some sort of like rechargeable resource you can access.
I hope it's not common, like it's not that common of an occurrence, because I can definitely see this getting like lightning storms happening all the time, getting very, very tiring.
Yeah, I could definitely see it getting a little old after enough time.
We've only seen them in one biome, so like it begs the question that in the snow biome, does something else happen instead of thunderstorms, or like in a forest or in the volcano? That's
Like I could imagine like a blizzard or something in like a snowy area.
yeah.
And I think that's definitely something that will definitely happen. I think we could see like a real like heavy rainstorm in like a jungle. But we'll have to see. Yeah, I really like that shot right there.
We can see you can also glide on them, which is like very nice.
And then we see right here, it looks like the lightning storm or the thunder or the sandstorm sort of clears out, and then you get this beautiful vista.
It's very sudden, which brings me to believe that it is related to not just another weather.
Yeah.
Like the way it stops suddenly, it has to be like related to like it kind of feels like it's related to like the big bad monster some way. I don't know why, but
Well, the title or the logo, as we see, hang on, let me play it so it comes up. We see Monster Hunter Wilds. Whenever the logo comes up, it has like 2 distinct serpent heads going through up and down. It makes me think we might have 2 big bads.
Is it gonna be another duo of flying serpents like Narwan and Ibushi? Because that might be.
It might be a little repetitive, yeah, because Narwa and Ibushi were interesting for Rise for sure. Having like 2 different monsters, especially because Ibushi was kind of like a fake out almost, where like we thought he was going to be the main big bad for a second there, and then Narwa ended up being the main one. So I'd be weirded out if we got 2 more serpents that are like intertangled, but we'll see. Maybe these are just dragon heads, not like serpentine.
Different, like if the, I mean, I wouldn't really care as long as they're like, if they're good, could do 3 games with final bosses that are like a duo of flying serpents, and if they're good, I wouldn't really care.
Yeah, if they make them distinct enough, I'd be fine. They'd really need to stick out at this point though. That would be what we'd have 5 serpents. 5 wind serpents would be kind of nuts.
They could do like a water and a fire one to not do like wind and thunder.
Dude, we already have Shantian. Doesn't Shantian do water and fire?
Maybe Shantian is in this game.
Oh yeah, actually that'd be cool. Garuga said this looks like Shantian.
There's an enormous potential for like almost any monster to come in an open world game. So like,
yeah, I'm really tempted to see what they bring back. I don't know, because honestly, I think the art style here looks very, very distinct from other things we've seen. And here, we'll see.
This looks like a savanna type biome, but you also see at the right side that the desert's also there.
Yeah, it's very Dooney over here.
The grasses and so like, can monoblos come back, please?
Yes.
There's a lot of rock formations. You can do the thing where its horn gets stuck on the wall.
Yeah. I need Monoblos. Bottom line, get Diablos out of here. He's been in every title. We need less Diablos, more Monoblos.
Yeah, I assume Diablos is gonna be like for sure, but I just want at least both of them to be in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So one thing I noticed that the mountainous desert seem to go like all the way to the background, which is like how much of this is actually gonna be
explorable
desert type biome. Yeah.
Oh! I think most of this area is gonna be mostly desert. You can't really see over. Hang on, see if I can get a better shot. Over there, it looks a little like whiter, but I think that's just like dust. It's not like snow. That's definitely not like snow. But
also the big rock formation in the middle almost looks like something like shot a laser through the middle and broke it.
It does look like that.
Something went straight through the middle and broke it.
Some people were saying
really weird.
that they thought this might have been man-made in the middle here, but I think that looks natural to me.
So that looks like something was there and it got destroyed.
Maybe there's like a large cave or something on the other side of this. Like there's a big pit, and then Nakarko shot a laser through it.
maybe the Nakarkos map, the name is right behind there.
Yeah, Nakarkos has actually been right behind this place the entire time, and there he is, Rathalos.
The Rathalos, which is much more vibrant than you can see, right? Like you can see if he leaves a trail of something. I don't think that's important.
You're right. You're absolutely right. He does. It's only for like a brief second though. I didn't notice that.
Probably nothing. But I saw someone mention it because you can also see the particles come from the left side.
Oh, you're right. Okay, that might just be in the post or in the foreground then, not behind him.
One thing I think we didn't mention is like how in the like right before everything, like when the dust is still there, like go farther back.
Go farther back. Like over here.
Like a little bit more.
Sorry.
That shot where just let it play. Yeah, how you see that the storm is still there and then all the dust goes away.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, is that just a very strong wind current, or like, is there something more to that, or is it just a choice for the trailer, which might even be that.
This could have been a very stylized cinematic made trailer just to show off what is coming. Yeah. I'm under the assumption that 90% of this is probably going to be very different by the time the game comes out. I'm assuming.
Yeah, plus the game is like less than like over a year away, like between 1 and 2 years away. So like
it's close.
plus this footage is probably like over a month old, or like stuff that's been already done. So like stuff might have even already changed.
I absolutely agree.
They did say in the Game Awards that Geoff Keighley went and played the game in September.
Oh,
So like
I didn't catch that. I was too busy screaming. I didn't catch that.
if you go to the Game Awards and right after the trailer when he's talking to me also, they talk about how like, oh, you showed me the game in September and blah, blah. So I assume this is like at least 4-month old footage. So stuff might have already changed.
Well, that's not fair. They need to show me that footage. That's footage that I need to see.
Yeah, they need to show me all
Yeah, we deserve the footage, not him.
we didn't mention this, but it's something that everyone's been pointing out that it seems that the hunter in the back has like a light bow gun.
Yes.
From the main weapon. So it begs the question that are we gonna have can we have a greatsword and a hammer, a lance and a longsword, a gun lance and a switchhand?
I wouldn't be shocked if they added a feature where you can attack on your mount. So like you can like swing your sword like kind of like an Elden Ring on the back of Torrent.
Now that you mentioned that, maybe the sword you have in the back is just a sword for like hitting when mounting, and the actual weapon is just to carry it in the.
Oh.
And then you take it out when you like dismount.
That could be interesting. That's a very interesting possibility.
It's a very big sword to like just hit stuff while you move, but
It could be.
it's actually the question. Are we gonna be able to do like mounted combat, like you can fight like in Elden Ring, you can fight on your horse? Is it gonna be like that?
I think it's going to be like that. I think that you're going to be allowed to use whatever weapon you have equipped on the mount.
If it's like that, then I don't think it's just a generic sword you have, because they would need to let you use every weapon, right?
Yes. And then I think then you'll be able to switch like on the fly. So if you say, okay, the monster's running away, I can switch to Bogan real quick, get a few cheap shots in.
How do you use a gun lance while mounting them? You know?
Same way as a regular lance, except you explode. Like you could charge with it. Think about that. That'd be awesome.
I don't know. I have a feeling there's not gonna be mounted combat with like every weapon, because that's like too much.
It could work, but yeah, I think you're right. It would be very difficult for some of them. Like imagine like a charge blade.
Rathalos looking very vibrant, which is like appreciated.
Yes, I agree. You can see the patterns on the underside of his wings better now. Like in World, they were almost the same color as the rest of his membrane, and it was hard to see, but you can see it very clearly here, which is nice.
He looks more red, more orange.
Yes, I very much so am a big fan of that. I can't wait to see what other monsters look like. I'm sure Rathian will be a little greener. Maybe we'll see some underwater. I've heard some people speculate underwater might be coming back.
If Rathian is like as green, like green in the those trees, like they're like that's like a very good shade.
It would be nice.
It would be better than the watered down green we have like in the 5th gen, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think if her her green shell was like the color of these trees, and then like her like her membrane, like her tan was like this color, she'd fit actually really nicely here as well.
About the underwater part, I have seen many people talk about it, which is like when the logo pops up, you see how it has a reflection of itself.
It reflects right here, and then also whenever this pops up, there's a ripple, and people are thinking that's indicative of underwater. I think that's copium. I think that's huge copium.
Because if when you look at like the seaside or like the coast, and you look at the edge of the sea, how the sun reflects itself and such. It's like because you see the line in the middle right under Wilds, and how it looks like. It's an interesting theory, but I think it's like too much copium.
Yeah.
I think it's just a stylized artistic choice for the trailer.
I think it's a fair thing to ask about, but I definitely think it is unrealistic. I don't think that's enough. I don't think there's enough room in this game to also have underwater. There would be like 2 environments. There would be like this place, there'd be like a jungle, and there'd be underwater, and that'd be it.
Now that I think about it, with this savanna looking biome with like the water and the trees, I kind of feel like we could get like a hippopotamus type monster.
That would be so perfect. Add like a beautiful little oasis, and then have like a herd of hippopotami.
People don't even know that hippopotamus are like the fucking deadliest animals.
Dude, make a hippo elder dragon.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
What a hippo elder dragon that uses like I don't even know what element it could use.
It uses its own element.
It just shits at you all the time.
Just shits at you. Oh my god. That'd be horrible. Do you think any other like any surprise monsters are gonna come back? Do you have any realistic expectations as in terms of like
I with a desert and a savanna, I kinda would like, it's a perfect chance to bring like, oh, you bring Zeldas and Zelda's Queen, and you bring the desert
yes.
species also.
Yes.
Like, I want them to bring monsters that have subspecies that have been locked in like for Ultimate and before.
Yeah, I agree. I think I mean we're definitely getting Bareth here. There's no way Bareth doesn't live here too.
I don't want Baroth again after like 6 years of it or 7 years of it.
It's unavoidable. Look at this. There's mud. There's mud, there's Bareth.
And there's also gonna be Uratul, so that people are gonna get even mad.
Yeah.
Like the urgent for like.
But Almudron maybe.
I mean, we can. Imagine if there's a three-way turf war between Almudron, Baroth, and Uratul.
If they started adding like giant like three-way interactions like that, I'd love that. I'd love to see Almudron just smoke the other two.
You can see in something like when you first get to the Guiding Lands and you see the Diablos, Rathalos, and Sinnoh
Yeah.
kind of like fight each other. They could do like something like that, but in-game in a turf war.
That would be so awesome. Yeah, that would be great if they could do something like that.
Please give turf wars to monsters that have never had them.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
Like, how did Valstrax never get a turf war? How did Kesu never get a turf war in Rise? Like,
Yeah.
Kanaki.
I
And even in World, I think some monsters didn't even get turf wars.
unfortunately with Rise, I think a lot of monsters just didn't get turf wars as a result of wyvern riding. You kind of made your own turf war happen. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think well, they're definitely not going to bring back wyvern riding. We'll have to see what they do if they even bring back mounting, because they might not.
I don't even know how like what version of the mounting system they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It seems like
I think they might not. I think they just might drop mounting altogether. I think that might not be a thing anymore. Genuinely, it could happen.
imagine if you jump from your mount and you latch onto monsters, kind of like you do in Dragon's Dogma.
That would be fine. I'd actually be really cool if they just did that.
Yeah, but then I think people would be like, oh, it's like too similar. So I don't know.
That's true. I mean,
It just takes. I mean, it's a Capcom franchise, so I don't think it would be the biggest problem.
and think about like Dragon's Dogma does it in a similar way too. I don't know if it came out before or after, but like Shadow of the Colossus, I think that's what the game is. Where you climb up on them like that.
Those yeah, where you climb them, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's even that like similar. Then it's distinct enough from each other there.
Talking about other franchises, it reminds me like, what does the potential for like apps look in this game? Because it's with an open world, there might be chances to like have better monsters in the game,
Yeah.
better implemented collabs.
That is interesting. I don't know if they're ever gonna do Capcom like full monster collabs like Ancient Legend or Behemoth again. They kind of, I don't know. People don't look at them, don't look back on them fondly.
I mean, yeah, but I think Legend and Ancient Legend, because they don't really feel like Monster Hunter,
Yeah, they definitely feel less like monsters.
and Behemoth because it's kind of bullshit in general. It's like an MMO. It's an MMO fight, which is like not the way Monster Hunters intended to play.
That's true. It was a different feeling.
When I see something like this, like when I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, there's like desert parts, right? And there's like machines that like, I mean, I know it's a stretch, but I always thought like when we got the Horizon stuff in Iceborne and in World, that what if they add like the mechanical T-Rex to the game? That'd be like kind of dope. But, it may a mechanical monster. It's maybe too far away from Monster Hunter. I don't.
It could work. Like they had really cool collabs like Attack on Titan with Devil Joe, so they could make like a mechanical Anjanath, and that would actually be fine for a collab quest.
Wasn't there a weird ass like robotic Metal Gear Solid collab in like some?
Yes, there wasn't like a metal monster, but there was a monster that acted like a tank, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it had like armor and plating, I think.
Yeah, and they also had an Evangelion Brachydios, which was cool.
Yeah, it's wild. There's so many things.
So one last thing I'd like to point out, I don't see any overtly like obvious gathering points here. Like I don't see any like patches of grass that you can like that look like interactable. Like maybe this here, but yeah, no mining nodes, nothing like that.
The quality is not good enough to like even like be able to tell stuff.
That's true. I feel like I don't know. Because maybe like these like greener spots here are like places you can gather.
A few distinguishable formations, like one or two distinguishable formations in the distance. But like aside from like if you take the logo away, like there's something like right under the O, like the O from Monster. There seems to be like that like little arch, whatever it is. Seems like it kind of gives the vibe of as the same one that's like closer, but it's like another one that's farther behind.
Yeah, maybe this is connected to here and it just like fell back. It's kind of far, but yeah.
The moment I also saw someone say, "Oh, this big thing that looks like a skeleton. Maybe it's another Galamador skeleton." Which is like, it would be funny if they pull it.
They just have them littered everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another big monster skeleton, like if we saw Lao Shan Long or.
Also, it seems to be very, very like all of this is like out in open air. I really hope there's still like underground stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good. I think if we had a really dark underground, that'd be great, and we had to like have a torch or something. Like imagine like having a torch and you have very limited vision, and you hear something, and behind you there's just like a Kezu ready to eat you.
And you like see Giginox or something.
Yeah, Giganox or Kezu.
Eyes lights up.
You like imagine because like Giganox kind of lights up, right?
I think
Here, like
Giginox eyes like I don't know if they light up, but in like Try,
the eyes.
I think they do light up in the darkness. I know that darkness isn't a thing in like True Ultimate, and I think it's not a thing in True Ultimate, and
I think it's in Try. I think it's in Try. That's the only game that it's in.
Try it's a thing where like people love like the darkness with Barrios and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really want them to bring that back.
That it really begs the question, like how big is the map gonna be to like fit at least 5 biomes? I think Monster Hunter usually has like forest, volcano, ice, desert, and usually a fifth like one that isn't like really normal.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I really hope. Well, that was a little sneak peek at my Frontier tier list. That I think this one I think I uploaded this one already to Twitter. You can take a look at that.
One day it will be finished.
It will be finished one day. I have to keep playing Frontier. But sorry. Okay, what was I talking about? Giganox, right? Oh, different biomes. Yeah. So I think we had like two really unique biomes in World. We had the Rotten Vale and the Coral Highlands.
It looks like it kind of looks like it's like because the desert biomes usually like savannas are found. Are they found in desert or like close to them? Like are savannas just its own thing in real life? I don't.
They're closely associated, but they're different. Definitely, they're definitely different.
The savanna here seems to be part of the desert rather than being like, oh, from here to here is the thing.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I like that.
I also saw someone mention that they really, because open world games, because when a franchise transitions to open world, it usually goes down in quality because it's very hard to pull open world correctly. But I saw someone mention, I don't know if do you know who Shinkri is?
That sounds familiar. I think I know who that is.
But I saw that he posted something that he's very concerned about how they might pull open world because they need to make transitions look natural between biomes.
Yeah.
Because the guiding lens is kind of like, oh, it's very like noticeable in like some parts that it's not very well transitioned.
I agree. They can't just put like the desert map next to like the snow map. They'd have to very carefully transition.
They need to start like slowly transitioning out while going into like a general area, then transitioning into the other one.
Yeah, they're gonna need like a mini map that like is a transitional in between.
It needs to feel like it's like a very like it needs to feel like it's alive, not like it just stuck together.
Yeah, I agree.
We put this, and this. Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom does it pretty well. I haven't played in like 2 months, but from what I remember, biome transitions are done fairly well for most of the part.
Yeah, I think the biome transitions in Tears of the Kingdom are fabulous. Obviously, but Breath of the Wild as well. They're the same map, but
It wouldn't be the worst thing if the biome transitions are done like not the best.
I'd still be annoyed. It would bother me a little.
Yeah, but like I think it's like at one point you just forget.
Yeah. I would be able to ignore it for the sake of just enjoying myself, but it would have a nudge in the back of my mind for a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is there much else to really talk about? I don't think so.
I don't. 2025. They said the next news comes in summer, which is like Summer Games Fest. Is probably gonna be a trailer there.
Which is whenever we're also gonna hear Silksong news, right?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are we gonna get a Nintendo Direct in like early next year, like February stuff? And are they gonna show it there? Like, please.
I need it. I need something to tide me over till here or till then, because this did a lot for me. This
Because some people think they might release port older games in 2024 to like make it more manageable till the new game comes out.
I wouldn't mind if they ported all the like generational titles, like if they just had 2 Dust or Try.
Or all of them, because I think porting all of them might be too much. But like I can definitely see them porting like maybe Freedom Unite and like for I think they would skip 3 Ultimate. I don't know why.
I feel like you're right. I think they might do like 4 Ultimate. You're right.
They need to do Portable Third, which hasn't released.
It hasn't released in the West.
It only released in Japan. It never released. I think
Really?
it never even got a G rank. Like it's the only high ranked game without an expansion.
I didn't even know.
That was 30.
No, because I think Monster Hunter 2 Dose doesn't have a G rank either, unless I'm just straight up wrong.
Yeah, it jumps from like it's try, then Portable Third came out, and then 3 Ultimate came out, and it put like a lot of the Ultimate has a lot of the Portable Third stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think it won't get. Like I think that's why I would love to this one to be ported instead of like Ultimate, because they would need to do like underwater, like tweak underwater, and I think I think another reason they would choose to not bring 3U back is because they don't want people to have early access to La Gaia Cruz. It's 100% gonna be in Wilds.
Yes, definitely. Well,
I don't want to bring the Ultimate back because they don't want to give early access to La Gaia Cruz.
either that. No, I think you're just straight up right. I think that they might not bring him back though until we for sure have Underwater, and I'm hoping. I want Underwater, but I don't think it's realistic, and so I don't know if Legiacris is coming back.
Underwater.
No, neither do I. I do want Legiacris though, and I do want Underwater, but I don't expect it. So yeah, I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, it's what a world. What a world.
That's a way to put it. This really did catch me off guard again. Like last night, I really did freak the fuck out. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there then. Yeah, I'm glad that we took some time to look over this. We got a lot more analyzation out of it than I thought we were going to, so it was perfect. Thank you, Dup.
There's probably stuff we missed.
There probably is. We did our best to go like frame by frame. We didn't get to look at these guys very closely, but then again, we don't get a very good shot of their face.
One thing I will mention before we end is that the hunter we see doesn't. It looks like an NPC more than like a created character.
That's true.
So it's a little bit weird. It looks more like a character that's outside from Monster Hunter. It kind of gives me more like some of the it has like weirdly Assassin's Creed vibes with the food and all that.
Maybe a little bit. He's kind of got like a trucker cap on though. You see that? He's got like a camo cap.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
Oh, hang on. Something we didn't also mention. I just forgot totally about this. I don't know if you can see it here. Scoutfly cage and slinger.
Oh yeah, the Scoutflies and the slinger. Yeah, Monster Hunter World 2.
It's not World 2. It's not World 2. It's Monster Hunter Wild. It's MHW 2. It's different. You can see the Scoutfly cage here in the slinger.
It's weird. It's funny because I think the official like abbreviation is MHW with a small s with like a lowercase s to like for Wilds.
Yeah. I think one more thing also aside from Slinger and the Scoutflies is this hat he has on. Look, it kind of looks like he can pull it down. Like these are eye holes in the top.
Yes, I saw some people say it looks like Pookie armor with the visors, so it might be just decorative visors.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. You're right. All right, I think now that we've covered everything, I think that's everything.
Like special houses for Nathan. Yeah, that's probably. There's probably stuff we missed, but like
Honestly, we covered more than I thought we would.
trying to.
Like you pointed out some stuff I didn't even notice.
There's like this is what I said earlier. There's like at least like 6 or 7 different like pointy pillars in the last shot, but
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They're definitely not natural either. They're definitely man-made.
they seem to be decent separated. So I think I want to think if you go away from them, that you don't need to like trigger like thunderstorms all the time or something, or like the dust storms.
I've definitely seen people suggest that maybe these are better to be around during the storms because they attract the thunder, and then if you're all far away from them, you are more at risk from being struck.
I just hope like the sandstorms with like the point where we see like the big monsters fight the small monsters in the sandstorm.
Oh,
Like the way it all looks like super dusty, and like I don't want that to happen only because I feel like people will get tired of monsters being covered like that all the time,
yeah,
like looking like.
I agree with that actually. I wouldn't want them to be covered all the time. I want to be able to see their features and stuff.
It's also ledges, like, so I know people are gonna hate those.
The ledges, yeah, I see them in the back there. Kind of, there's a little raised area.
Right here, there's a ledge there, and I know people are gonna hate them because everyone.
I like the ledges. I think ledges are cool. All right. Well, I think.
I did notice one.
Oh, sorry.
I did notice something. Go back like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Like the when the big monsters are fighting, you can notice that one like right there, one of them has a long tail, but another one has a short tail. So that's
Oh, you're right. Yeah, this one has a shorter tail than the other one.
that's what we said like a bunch of time earlier, where even if it's the same species, it might have different traits depending on the individual.
Yeah. Okay. So
Would be interesting.
I see that now. I didn't notice that before. Whenever someone noticed that on Twitter, I was like, I thought they were crazy, but I see that totally now. Yeah. That's really cool.
But yeah,
Okay.
I think now that's the last.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your time today, Dup. I really enjoyed. Oh, that's OBS. I really enjoyed having this conversation with you. I'm glad that we got to go over this because I wanted to upload something in regards to this news. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. It's always fun talking about Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I always have fun. All right, everybody follow him on Twitter. I'll put his account in the description. All right, bye-bye.